Not a better scene in college football as we've got football on the rocks. Martin Stadium, campus of Northwestern, UCLA and Northwestern matching up for the first time since 2005. Couldn't have asked for a better day on the banks of Lake Michigan. Just the 7th time in both these programs' history. Northwestern, UCLA, first time since 2005. Both teams searching for their first conference victory of the year. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Martin Stadium in Evanston, Illinois with Jake Butt. We've got Brooke Fletcher roaming around the stadium. Jeff Levering with you. Thanks so much for being with us today. And Jake, both these teams almost unprecedented. Both are coming off byes and both in desperate needs of wins.
You know, that's a challenge. When you're on a bye, you don't have a game to talk about. So both teams are really being dominated by off-field storylines. Obviously for UCLA, losing your head coach, moving on from your defensive coordinator, still searching for your first win. And then for Northwestern, certainly been a disappointing start to this season. The elixir and the antidote to off-field uncertainty is to get a win today. For Northwestern, that starts with quarterback Preston Stone. And I go back to the offseason. I don't think there's a team in the Big Ten that upgraded in terms of talent at the quarterback position more than Northwestern did with Preston Stone. But when you talk about the context of getting that first win, it's about team football, playing great defense and running the football. Preston has shown flashes of talent, but he's pressing and often gets in his own way. So for him, it's about taking care of the football today and then making the few plays when the opportunity presents itself.
Well, you mentioned the coaching change at UCLA. They've got a new skipper in town, quite literally, Tim Skipper, the interim head coach.
And, you know, when you think about a head coach, an interim head coach, you become a motivator. You have to be a leader, a culture generator, and Skipper has that experience. He did this last year at Fresno State. So you talk about the bye week. Well, for Skip, it's not about getting your team healthy or installing new wrinkles. It was a complete reset. He took the Bruins and basically take them back to fall camp, working on the fundamentals, working on the physicality. I expect to see a brand new Bruins football team today under the leadership of Tim Skipper.
We're going to be looking all over the stadium for Brooke Fletcher over the course of this game. She's on our level right now. Tell us what the last couple of weeks have been like in Westwood, Brooke.
Yeah, Jeff, well, first you're probably wondering, well, what I'm doing up here. Don't worry, I'll get to that in just a second. But yes, the last few weeks have been quite the whirlwind for Tim Skipper as he's taken over as the interim head coach. So much that the first 5 nights he told me he didn't get any sleep, but he feels like he's starting to settle in. Like Jake said, using the bye week as almost a fall camp, just getting down to the fundamentals. But the biggest question is, who's going to be leading this defense? Well, he tried several coaches this week, but he ended up going with his longtime friend and mentor, Kevin Coyle, who's going to be calling the defense from the booth here today. He actually showed up from Syracuse on Monday, so this is a quick turnaround, but Coach Skipper calls him the godfather of football. He taught him everything he knows about this game. He feels confident handing him the keys to this defense and this group. Now, if you're Coach Braun and his staff, they've really embraced the unknown this week. They actually watched film from Fresno State last season when Coach Skipper was the interim head coach, just to get an idea of his personality and how he would embrace this role. But defensive coordinator Tim McGargle said it best. He said, listen, we can play the what ifs all we want, but ultimately it comes down to 2 things: trusting our stuff and going out and doing our job, guys.
Yeah, great job there, Brooke. It's really unique here. So Kevin Coyle joins the team this week, and when you talk about a playbook, that's a foreign language. You know, usually playbooks are 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick. So I was talking to Tim Skipper pregame, and I asked him, what is this playbook? And he said, between him and Kevin Coyle and this Bruins defense, they installed a completely brand new playbook, which means new verbiage, new terminology, new looks, new schemes. They're only carrying about 30 to 40% of what a normal playbook would look like, but it's going to be brand new for the Bruins. And then there's also a challenge for Northwestern. How do they adapt on the fly? Because who knows what we're going to see from the Bruins defense.
All hands on deck for today's game for Northwestern against UCLA. As Luke Akers is ready to kick for Northwestern, who won the toss, deferred to the second half, so UCLA's offense will go on the field first. Anthony Frias back deep for the Bruins. Both teams coming off of byes. Both teams in search of a win. And off we go from Evanston. Into the end zone on a touchback. And we will see this Bruins offense for the first time behind quarterback Nico Iamaleava. Lots of action for him. Team leader in pass yards, team leader in rush yards.
They've put a ton of weight on his shoulders, and he's certainly capable. This guy was a highly touted recruit out of Long Beach, California, was a 5-star, the #2 quarterback behind Arch Manning, #2 player in all of high school, goes to Tennessee, and that was an off-season storyline of how he wound up here at UCLA. But it's about the guys around him. There's been no help from the run game. The offensive line has not protected him. He's going to get his stud wide receiver 1, Rico Flores, back today. There's no doubt the talent for Nico Iamaleava, but the other 10 guys have to step up.
Thomas starts as the running back. Iamaleava on the carry, and he is hammered after a gain of 1 yard. Robert Fitzpatrick up from his safety spot to lay the hit.
That's a long flight from California all the way to Chicago. 12:30 local kickoff for the California kids, and Robert Fitzgerald said, forget a cup of coffee, I'll wake you up with the big pop to start the game.
Huge hit from Fitzgerald. Again, Thomas alone setback for UCLA, and the flag flies. That has killed UCLA all year, the penalties.
False start. 55 on the outfield. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Eugene Brooks, the left guard. Skill position players for offense. Mokio Ati Malala, the key receiver out there for Iamaleava. That offensive line, they've been moving around a ton over the course of the beginning part of this season as well.
Number 72, Garrett DiGiorgio. He's their best offensive lineman, was playing left tackle, now at right guard.
Catch made on the outside, tiptoeing out of bounds is Mokiao Atimalala with his first reception. This defense for Northwestern, they play that layered defense trying to take away the big plays.
Yeah, and it is 11 guys functioning as one unit. The defensive line is sound. Their biggest star is Anto Saka, but may not be seeing the high-level production because he's getting a ton of attention. Love these Northwestern linebackers. The secondary is a little beat up today. They'll be rotating different bodies and potentially counting on some young freshmen back there, so something to watch facing this Bruins passing attack.
Back to pass, going to the outside, and a nice reception made by Rico Flores, the Notre Dame transfer, and a first down for UCLA.
They're so excited to get Flores back as we watch him tiptoe the sideline right here. This is their wide receiver 1. He's their most talented guy. Been injured, and there's a great connection between Nico and Tino Sunseri, their offensive coordinators, excited to get Rico back. That time he was working against the veteran #2, Fred Davis.
To pass again to the outside, that's incomplete. Led Gilmer too much, second down and 10.
It's really going to be the world that the Bruins have to live in today. What you're seeing is Nico catching the snap, quick 3-step, 1 hitch, and let the ball go. Just has not been able to stand in the pocket at all this season. The Bruins offensive line hasn't been able to keep him upright. So I wonder for Northwestern, they play that layered defense and don't want to give up explosives, but do they come forward and try to attack the underneath routes knowing the Bruins can't protect them?
Handoff goes to Jalen Berger, and he is hit after a pickup of a few. Brings up third down for UCLA.
So you keep your eye on #1, Rico Flores. Just getting him back today.
Just for our viewing audience, the play clock is not operable on our scorebug. It's also not operable inside the stadium, so the back judge is the only one keeping the time right now for UCLA. Flushed out of the pocket, looking for somebody, hit and dropped by 3 Wildcats. Fourth down coming up for UCLA.
Great pursuit there by the safety, Gardner Wallace. We told you Nico is the leading passer and leading rusher. He does it in design quarterback runs and also does a little bit of this off schedule and outside the pocket. Great coverage down the field. There was nowhere for him to go with the football, and you saw number 18, Gardner Wallace, first to the party there, backed by a couple more purple jerseys.
Will Carroll back to kick it away for UCLA as that opening drive stalls short of the 50-yard line. Drew Wagner back to receive the kick. Kick is away into the wind. That's that's going to be a huge factor in today's game as Wagner catches and he is dropped at the 10-yard line. Nothing on the return. Kanye Clark on the stop. Football on the rocks of Lake Michigan. Northwestern gets the football next. Told you that the play clock was not operable inside the stadium, so our back judge is explaining to Preston Stone what the mechanics are going to look like with 5 seconds. He'll start pumping his arm like that, say, all right, you got 5 seconds to go. So we'll just keep our eyes peeled on the back judge. Preston Stone will set up shop from the 11-yard line. Caleb Komolafe starts in the backfield. Handoff will go to Komolafe over the left side. And he is hit by John Vons of the Bruins, pushes the pile forward for a couple of extra yards. Here's Preston Stone trying to limit the turnovers. He had 4 picks in the opening week down at Tulane, a couple of picks 2 weeks ago against Oregon, trying to clean those things up.
There was so much excitement when he came in this offseason from SMU. I really believe that Northwestern had as big of an upgrade in terms of talent at the quarterback position of anyone in the conference, and came out and laid an egg against Tulane. It was just disappointing, but David Braun and Zach Lujan and even Preston Stone, they all say that game is an outlier. It's not a reflection of who Preston is as a quarterback.
Oh, what a run by Komolafe and then stuck by the safety. It's a first down for Northwestern after a pickup of 5. Starters for Northwestern. Again, they're without Cam Porter. He is off to the side today, but cheering on his teammates, trying to figure out this offensive line. They have done a really good job, and their numbers are a lot better than what the results would show.
Yeah, in a few years of meeting with Coach Braun and in these coaching meetings, I mean, he's been honest with us every single time. He said nothing matters unless we upgrade in the trenches, and that's exactly what they did. Literally, the offensive line is bigger. They're taller. They're more weight, and that showed up in having a more successful run game.
And we're going to get a false start on Northwestern. They're going backwards. They've got 4 seniors on that offensive line now, Jake.
False start. 62 of the outcomes. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
This is the defense for UCLA. You can run on this defense. They've allowed the most rushing yards in the FBS so far, averaging 244 against this group.
It's going to be really interesting. We told you earlier that Kevin Coyles, the defensive coordinator, just got here not even a full week ago, installed a brand new playbook for the Bruins, trying to find a way to improve their defensive output.
Joseph Hyman is the lone setback to the left of Preston Stone. Stone to pass. Stone goes to the sideline. Nobody open. They were looking in the direction of Ricky Amarazi, but he got locked up with Key Lawrence.
They sent Joseph Hyman on a swing route, and he was looking for the pass in the backfield early. And I think Amarazi just thought it was a screen, but just, you know, this is true for both teams today. This is true in football, Jeff. More games are lost than won, and so far, I mean, both teams really sloppy start here.
Penalties have not really hurt Northwestern, but they put him behind the sticks here to start as Hyman gets the carry and pushes the pile past the 25-yard line to the 26. And a helmet popped off, so the clock stops momentarily.
Number 58 on the defense, helmet came
It's
off.
Gary Smith whose helmet popped off. He's off to the sideline.
That was a really nice run by Joseph Hyman. He's only 5'9", 190, but working in between the tackles there and got this at least into a third and manageable at 3rd and 7. Zach Lujan, Preston Stone, they told us to watch out for some of these new receivers. You know Griffin Wilde, but keep an eye on number 80, Hayden Illigon, as well.
Setting up the run. Big hole up the middle, and it's a first down for Komolafe and the Wildcats. That's what David Braun wanted to do. They know they want to run the football. This is what they can do behind the beef up front.
Yep, and that was a great job by the right guard, Bierstein, and Jackson Carcello, the center, creating movement on the double team and wide open run to move the sticks there.
You see what this offense and defense does again. The 244 on the ground against this UCLA defense. Expect Northwestern to run a ton. Play action pass. Stone Goes to the outside. Wilde is there and makes the catch across the 50-yard line. First catch of the day for Griffin Wilde, South Dakota State transfer.
That's the go-to guy. He's their wide receiver one. Kind of does a little bit of everything. Just one of those receivers that always finds himself open, trusty hands, and he's got a great relationship and connection with quarterback Preston Stone. And that'll be the other element here, Jeff. We know Northwestern's going to run the ball. They're going to emphasize sticking with the run, but that's going to open up the play action there. Griffin Wilde was wide open.
Picked up 15. Going to run it again. Komolafe hit behind the line of scrimmage and leans forward for 1. The success of the run game, Jake, for Northwestern is going to open up more play action pass. That's what they want to do with Preston Stone.
It's the formula for Northwestern to win. It's really just team football. They want to play team defense. They don't want to give up a ton of explosives, make you earn it. Then offense, they want to run the ball, control the clock, get into play action. And where Preston Stone has got in trouble is when he's been pressing, particularly early in the season, trying to win the game in one play. You just can't do that. Play within the system, play team football, and David Braun believes this team will win a ton of games.
2nd and 9, heat coming, pass to the outside, caught. Hayden Elegon with his first reception. 3rd and manageable for the Wildcats.
And a nice blitz pickup by Caleb Komolafe. So keep your eyes on that. That's one of the receivers they said keep your eye on today, Hayden Elegon. But number 17, Griffin Wilde, he's the go-to guy in all these 3rd down situations. There he is right at the bottom of the screen.
Gonna run it on 3rd and 5. Komolafe gets through the line. He's picking up another first down. Chains moving again for Northwestern. Jake, your keys to the game, sponsored by Celsius.
You know, it's just true for both teams. Which team wins the turnover battle? Likely that'll be the team that wins. Which team controls the line of scrimmage? Likely that'll be the team that wins. And so far on this drive, Northwestern now 2 3rd and mediums running the ball. They're controlling the line of scrimmage.
Komolafe again with the carry, puts his foot in the ground and loses 1. That 3rd down play running it kind of tells you what they're going to do on this side of the field. They are certainly going to be in 4-down territory.
You know, another element of this is there's unknown for what Northwestern expects to see with Kevin Coyle as the defensive play caller for the Bruins. They don't know what they're going to get on it. You know, all the tendencies and film doesn't really matter because it's a brand new defense. So running the ball, some of these zone schemes, it just becomes a game of math and communication up front, a simple way to attack the unknown defense.
Stone to pass. Stone going deep. He's got Elegon, and it's incomplete. 3rd down and 11, coverage by the corner Robert Stafford and Key Lawrence, the safety.
That was a really nice job by the safety, Key Lawrence. They move him all over the defense because Elegon had a step on Stafford, but Lawrence was able to get in there, and those two guys broke it up. Now 3rd and 11. I can't imagine. Well, you know, like you said, Jeff, maybe they do go for it on 4th down, so I would say a run is certainly possible here.
They've had 3rd and 5 that they've converted. 3rd and 7 they've converted. Joseph Hyman the back. To pass, they rush 3 to the outside, and a good catch. Wilde got his foot down. 4th down decision time for David Braun.
Really nice job by Wilde going up and all the way up top to get that, and then you see his eyes right down to the sideline to keep his foot in bounds. The connection between Stone and Wilde, I mean, those guys are always on the same page, and just like we said, that gives you a chance here now to go for it on 4th down.
4th down and 4 in a drive that has lasted better than 6 minutes. Komolafe, the running back.
There's your guy, Wilde.
Stone to pass on 4th and 4. Going deep, he's got Wilde. Catch! 1st down, Northwestern inside the red zone.
Man, that is so good by Preston Stone and Wilde. Talk about being on the same page. UCLA is showing 0 coverage. Watch him on the corner route, and look at Preston. He releases that far before Wilde even gets his eyes around. Those guys are on the exact same page, and Wilde has to speed up his route because the Bruins were bringing 0 pressure. He knows that there's no time to lollygag. And Stone and Wilde once again on the same page in key situations. Great job.
Neither dillied nor dallied. Here comes Stone. 1st and 10 from the 11. Handoff. Komolafe pushes his way towards the 5-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 6.
Number 5 of the offense, helmet came off the play.
Northwestern so far in the red zone, they are 7 for 7. Both these teams are perfect. They've scored touchdowns or kicked field goals in all of their red zone tries. 2nd down and 5 from the 6-yard line for the Wildcats. This is the 15th play of this drive.
And what I've seen on this drive is what I expect to see. When Preston Stone has a clean picture, when it's his first or second read, he's outstanding. The Bruins need to find a way to take away that initial read.
They tried to run it with Drew Wagner, and he is stopped at the original line of scrimmage at the 11-yard line.
And another 3rd down here. We're going to highlight him. Griffin Wilde, number 17, back in the game. Got to imagine that's exactly where Preston Stone is going to look.
It's Keyshawn Bennett that jumped that sprint route, and we're going to have a timeout called by Northwestern before this 3rd down and 10 play. Preston Stone, his first year in Evanston, going through the course of his career at SMU. And before an injury, 171.9 yards a game, 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Broke his ankle November 25th against Navy in 23. Since the injury, just 96.2 yards, 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Got benched at the end of last season. Change of scenery here at Northwestern. Trying to pick up his first Big Ten win here this afternoon.
They love his leadership, too. Was voted a captain by his teammates.
Back to pass. Stone, 3rd down and 10. Stone swallowed up and brought down at the 15-yard line. Anthony Jones picks up the sack, his 2nd of the year.
The journeyman Anthony Jones, Oregon, Indiana, Michigan State. This is as much a coverage sack as anything. The Bruins only rushed 4 there, and Preston Stone knew right away. It's why it's so hard to score down in the red zone. There's just no grass. Good coverage. Anthony Jones comes up with the sack. That's a big win for UCLA there, forcing a field goal, Jeff. That was an outstanding drive by the Wildcats. 3rd down, 4th down conversions.
From 33 yards, it is up and good from Nikola Dugancic. Jack Olson kicks the field goal, rather. How about that Chicago skyline? Perfect day in Chicago. Coaching profile sponsored by Discover. Tim Skipper, the interim head coach at UCLA, was the interim last year at Fresno State, former Fresno State linebackers, longtime FBS assistant coach since 2006. Used these last couple of weeks as training camp, essentially. Who wants to be here? Who wants to be a part of this thing in the future? Going to have a 2nd drive after his defense was on the field for felt like an eternity. Only 2:24 left in this 1st quarter. Frias returnable from the goal line. Frias hit once, hit twice, and then brought down before the 15-yard line. And now Dave Revson down the street for an Anderson Windows and Doors studio update.
Yeah, Jeff, 1 week after losing by 53 points, Illinois gets a ranked win at home. David Alano with time expiring. Never a doubt there. 34-32 Illini over SC.
It's a huge victory for the Illini right down the road in Champaign. Well, not right down the road. It's a bit of a drive, but right down the road in Illinois. How about the California schools all making trips out to Illinois this week? USC and UCLA, San Diego State, as well as out here in Illinois. Anthony Woods is running back. Get it to the outside and hit and dropped as the helmet pops off of Fred Davis, just as he was laying the wood on Rico Flores.
Big Ten football, baby. We've seen some big-time hits to start the game. Last drive, it was Robert Fitzgerald. This time, it's Fred Davis. Who said cornerbacks don't like to tackle? Nice pop by number 2.
Pickup of 3 on the second catch for Rico Flores today. Iamaleava back to pass. Throws deep and out of bounds. Past his own sideline, 3rd down and long. Tomorrow, don't miss Big Ten volleyball. The Bruins take on 15th ranked Penn State. Live coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
Nobody's getting open right now for the Bruins. Nico had to throw that last one away. I mean, it was a complete coverage sack. Someone's going to have to separate to help out their quarterback.
See if they bring pressure. 4 coming. Another deep ball down the sideline and incomplete. Davis again on the coverage, and he was like a blanket on the corner. Good series for Davis as the Bruins go 3 and out.
He's the total package with the big time hit to start the drive. Great coverage, targeted in one-on-one situation on 3rd down. Right in that hip pocket, perfect technique, perfect position.
And Bruins defense that was on the field for essentially the entire first quarter is going to be right back on the field. Kicking into the wind is Carroll. Nice boot. Angled towards the sideline and downed at the 31-yard line. Preston Stone and the offense for Northwestern back on the field after a kick of 52. Right now, the first 250 fans will get $20 off a Big Ten Plus annual pass. Stream nearly 2,700 more events across the Big Ten this season. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to BigTenPlus.com. And make sure you enter FB20 when selecting an annual pass at checkout to take advantage of this offer. Preston Stone of the Wildcats offense back to work, second drive. Picked up 3 points on their first drive, under a minute and a half to play in the first quarter. Handed off Komolafe, big hole, and upended right near the 40-yard line. Give him 9 yards on first down.
This Wildcat offensive line is going to work. They brought their lunch pails today. Back over that right side again with Berenstein and Martez Lewis. Get some good movement up front.
Already 43 yards on the ground on 8 carries for Komolafe. Meanwhile, Stone's 5 of 7 for 41 yards and a timeout called by UCLA.
First timeout of the half.
I mean, this is a situation here, Jake, where if you're UCLA, you've got a defensive coordinator. In his first week, he's been here for, I don't know, what, 5 days? And you install a brand new defense that these guys are working with for the first time. They're getting to know Tim Skipper, who's been around, and he's been around the program. But you've got Kevin Coyle, who's brand new to the program. He was at Syracuse on Sunday.
Yeah, you know, the thing is I'm not seeing a completely new defense. They're a 4-2-5 team, a 4 down front. It's not like they're coming out in a 3 down front or some crazy exotic looks. It's still structurally the same. But what I was hoping to see was more attitude, more inspiration, more fire, especially in the trenches. Right now, their hardest hitters are in their secondary. And Northwestern is having their way running the football against the Bruins. So
one of the fiercest defensive fronts 2 years ago. And they have come down quite a ways. Another big hole and a first down picked up by Northwestern. One more play to be run in this first quarter.
I'm almost wondering if that timeout was like a basketball timeout. You know, you usually keep your timeouts in football and use it for something important or situation. I'm almost wondering if Tim Skipper called a timeout there to get on his defense and say, guys, we need to step up. We need more push and fight in the front for our run defense.
And doing so gave the Wildcats of Northwestern an extra play in this first quarter at least. Stone on play action. They set up the screen. That's the tight end, Hunter Welsing. Welsing down the sideline inside Bruin territory.
Really great scheme there by Zach Lujan and a great way to end the first quarter for the Wildcats.
It's all Wildcats so far in the battle of Northwestern and UCLA here on Lake Michigan.
Welcome back to Evanston. Northwestern leads UCLA 3-0 here at the start of the second quarter. Coach, you told me you weren't sure what to expect from this UCLA defense. What have you learned about them through the first quarter?
Yeah, there's definitely some different looks, and you know, our offensive staff is doing a good job of adjusting. We just got to continue to lean into our run game, and the passing game will come off of that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Well, Preston Stone's been working on that running game very heavily, and that play action pass has been huge right before the end of that first quarter. Set up a perfect screen because of that run.
Right, it's all related, and Zach Lujan, to your point, is calling a really nice and balanced and complementary game so far. But everything's easier when you're running the ball, and now we got a new little wrinkle in here at quarterback, Jeff.
Yeah, Ryan Bowe is in at quarterback. Handed off, slips a tackle to Hyman. Hyman gets to the outside, and he is going to be dragged down inside the 10-yard line. Ryan Bowe brings a little extra. He's coming out. Stone's coming back in. That was all about Hyman.
Number 1, Kanye Clark, the nickel. He had a chance. You see him right there. Just couldn't bring down Joseph Hyman. 5'9", 190, but runs with great strength, plays much bigger than his size. Great job breaking the tackle, and then great downfield blocking too. Number 3, Frank Covey IV, had a key block down there, down the sideline.
Marked him down just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. So first down and 10. Hyman back on the field. Hyman gets the carry, tries to go right tackle, and he's inside the 10-yard line. Mark him at the 9. Our advanced stat by IFS.AI, and to David Braun's point about the run blocking, 83.5 in the PFF run blocking grade. Explain that a little bit, Jake. Why is that so much better than what other people think about this blocking scheme?
Well, I give credit to their offensive line coach, Bill O'Boyle, because really, I mean, there's nothing schematically they're doing different this year to last year for most teams, but it comes down to fundamentals. Are you playing with the right pad level? Are your double teams patient? Are you communicating in the 5 guys working as one unit, which that's exactly what they've been doing this season.
Kamalafi got a nice bounce. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Northwestern. Fumbled the initial pitch, but he is in for his second score of the year.
This running game is like a hot knife through butter. I'd love to play running back for Northwestern right now. They're not even being touched till they're 5 or 6 yards down the field. Komalafe has a chance to fumble it, pick it back up, and I mean, he's just running through arm tackles. UCLA, they got a decision to make here, Jeff. I mean, they got to play harder than what they're showing so far.
Olsen to kick it away. Kick is up and good. 10-0 Northwestern, and they are dominating in the ground game so far. Komalafe, they call him the Beast. He was a beauty on that drive.
This is UCLA, where extraordinary things happen, where the internet was born. Yes, the internet. Where Coach John Wooden inspired us to make each day our masterpiece. Where we don't just break records, we shatter them. Where legends are made. Where about half our state students attend tuition-free. To put it simply, UCLA is the dream school. UCLA in the Big Ten, a powerhouse alliance redefining what it means to be legendary.
Ball in the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Anderson Windows and Doors. Trust your home to Anderson. And by Discover, the official credit card of the Big Ten Conference. Not too far from where we are on the lakefront. That is the site of the brand new stadium being built right now for the Northwestern football team. On the side of old Ryan Field next to Welsh Ryan Arena where the basketball team plays. Frias back to return, and he's coming out of the end zone. Frias got hit and dropped just past the 15-yard line. They'll mark him at the 17. There's the new stadium. They say it's going to be ready by next year, and just a short drone shot away from where we are right now. And this is great. If this is going to be your temporary home for half of your home schedule, this is pretty awesome because they're playing 2 games here at Wrigley Field in November. This is a pretty great place to play your home games if you're Northwestern.
It's absolutely stunning, and that's a sentiment for everyone who gets to experience a game here. They did a great job making it work in anticipation of that awesome new stadium that's coming around the corner. And it probably looks even better for the Wildcat fans when their team's playing as well as they are today.
The place is going to be awesome. Nico's going to run it. Nico's got a nice gain on first down, and he is hit hard right near the sticks. Gain of 8 on first down. Dylan Tatum, safety, hit Iamale Aba.
It's so important that UCLA's offense gets something going here. I just can't. I'm not expecting much at all from the Bruins defense. So it's going to be on the offense to keep this one competitive and find some energy and fire for the team.
Thomas gets the carry, and he is brought down. Great tackle made by Mac Uline. He was getting blocked in the back at the same time as he was able to upend Javian Thomas. Mac Uline, one of the heartbeats of this defense for Northwestern. 3rd and 1. Got to convert here if you're UCLA. Personnel swap on this 3rd down and 1. Karloftis checks in. And the officials are going to get together because they had to give Northwestern an opportunity to match the substitution, but the officials stopped play.
Northwestern has called the timeout to challenge the spot on the previous play.
We'll take a look at this challenge from Northwestern on the spot.
I think Thomas, his elbow might have touched in the backfield when he was kind of stumbling a bit back there.
The officials will head over to the monitor and take a look. You see the sticks up there at the 27. See this block, and that he's down right there.
24, huh? So it should be, yep, 3rd and 3 instead of 3rd and 1. Good challenge there by David Braun.
The play, the runner was indeed down at the 24-yard line. Northwestern is not charged with timeout, and they retain their challenge.
The ruling is overturned. Good challenge by Northwestern. Francisco Villar, our referee today. This is a must convert for UCLA.
Yes. Before the timeout there, they were in big personnel, Jeff. They were bringing in extra tight ends. Probably anticipation of running the football. Let's see what they go with here. Can't quite see what bodies they have behind the offensive line.
You're going to empty it out, at least for now. Nico's going to run it. He's hit, and he is driven backward. 4th down coming for the Bruins. They mark it down at the 26-yard line, is a yard short. And we got a flag down after the play. Rico Flores was in conversation, quote unquote, with Fred Davis, and a flag came in late. If this is against the Bruins, this is a total killer.
Flag on the field. After the play, there are fouls by both teams. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 1 of the offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 2 the defense. Penalties offset at the end of the play, 4th down.
Offsetting penalties. So 4th down and 1.
It's 4th and 1 UCLA on the 26-yard line.
Let's see if they ended up getting this first down or not. He's being driven back right there, and then did he ever get to the 27-yard line?
Oh, that last push might have got there.
Not sure if you could tell whether or not the knee was down before that arm started to come through, and UCLA is going to punt it away. At least they're going to show that they're going to punt. Carroll back to kick, and they're going to fake it. They're going to fake it. They're going to make it. Javian Thomas, the up back, took the snap directly. It's a first down for UCLA.
Wow, I mean, you got nothing to lose if you're the Bruins. Great call there by Tim Skipper. Need a spark. Slow start. Javian Thomas, he's the one that stumbled on second down to push his team back, but makes up for it there, breaks a few tackles, and maybe that could be the spark for the Bruins.
I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? You're 0-3. You got a brand new coach. You have a brand new defensive coordinator. Now's your time to empty the bag of tricks.
Right. Now, can you build off of it? Can you capitalize on some of that momentum?
Sent Peterson in motion. Thomas gets the carry. Thomas over the left side, and a big gain on first down. See the electricity from Javian Thomas. And now UCLA is starting to get some momentum. Northwestern told us this is an offense that can move the football. Second down and 2 for UCLA.
It's just so important that they put together some type of drive here, Jeff, because it feels like Northwestern's had the ball for the entirety of the game up until this point.
To pass, hit as he threw it, incomplete. Was looking Rico Flores' way. A lot of heat on Leava.
Man, Karlaftis just a complete bull rush off this side of the line of scrimmage. Watch him. They're sending him on a linebacker blitz right here. You see, he just walks Jack Peterson, the tight end, all the way back into Nico's lap.
Third down and 2. Berger is the running back for UCLA. To pass, slips through one, brought down, and they might give him the first down. He landed on the defender, and that'll move the sticks. Dylan Tatum on the tackle, but it's a first down for UCLA.
Nico Iamaleava is pretty much, I mean, he's Superman. He's had to be everything for this team. So talented, so capable. And right now, he is everything for this team. It's going to be those other 10 guys, man. They got to step up.
Bringing pressure. Iamaleava able to get rid of it, and it's a pickup of 9 on first down. Jaden Wilson made the catch. Next Saturday, Illinois battles Purdue, then Washington squares off against Maryland. Bobcats host Louisiana Monroe. Football doubleheader next Saturday on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. And they're going fast. Flag comes out. Catch made by Berger. And see if this play stands after a gain of 5.
Oh.
Number 71 in the offense was in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Ruben Unijay starting at right tackle today. Flag for the infraction and going backwards again. Again, this is a team that averages better than 91 penalty yards a game.
It's just brutal, man. It's just you can't get out of your own way. Look at the difference there. Northwestern, a team that is never penalized, hardly ever. For a team like the Bruins, already struggling, the things that you can control, like penalties, have to find a way to clean them up.
Iamaleava going to call his own number, and I believe they're going to give him the first down. Yes, they will, after a gain of 6. We've seen some signs of life from this offense.
It feels just so difficult. Think about the difference in feeling with UCLA's offense compared to Northwestern's offense. Northwestern just able to run the ball. They get whatever they want. UCLA, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. A lot of it is their own doing with the penalties. But clearly, Nico Iamaleava, he's just so talented. I'd love to see what happens when they get out of their own way.
Ready to pass. Going deep down the middle of the field. Incomplete. Coverage on the play by Ori Adiyi. It was intended for Mokiao Ati Malala.
It looked like he had him.
It's like Baston's getting held, as was Aiden Hubbard.
But you see, there's separation downfield right there.
Timeout for an injured player on the defense who was identified prior to the ball being ready.
That was the man in coverage, Adiyi, who is down on the play. They are short in the cornerback room to begin with, so he's down being attended to. Being right back to Evanston. (10-0) Northwestern. UCLA on the move, though, in the second quarter. How about our trivia today, brought to you by T-Mobile? Two schools last met. The Sun Bowl 2005. Who set the Northwestern Bowl record for tackles?
Well, we got the study guide, but we got the answers to the test before the test. So,
but put your thinking caps, everybody. I mean, you got Northwestern, you got UCLA. People that are watching this one, come on now.
It's not about me. It's for the people at home.
Yeah, they can figure it out. Berger, the running back, he gets it. Second down and 10, and he's upended at the 46-yard line. Let's check in with Brooke Fletcher.
Guys, Ori Adiyi, he was clearly banged up after that last play. You can see him right there talking to trainers, jumping up and down. It looked like it's a lower body injury. Grabs his water bottle. Looks like he's saying he's okay. He grabbed his helmet right there, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much. He is back on the field after missing one play down at the bottom of your screen. He's locked up with Quasi Gilmer. Third down coming. Woods gets the carry. Woods tripped up, maybe a gain of 2. Fourth down for UCLA. Got to believe they're going for it, and they're keeping the offense on the field.
Well, it's a pretty safe bet to expect that somehow, some way, that this play is going to involve either Nico's arm or his legs. He's been their best rusher. Obviously, he's the quarterback and a capable thrower, but Northwestern probably smart to have a spy on him at some point here.
13th play of this drive for UCLA. Switch up the formation. Flag comes in. Iamaleava is going to run for it. Hit by Hubbard. Hit again. Check on the flag.
Offense number 71 lined up in the backfield. Penalty is declined. Turnover on downs, first down.
Got Unijay again for illegal formation. Didn't matter. Northwestern made the stop. Just as UCLA was getting some momentum, Wildcats shut it down. (10-0) Northwestern. To UCLA drive that chewed up better than 7 minutes of game clock and came away with no points after the sack from Hubbard, and Kilbane shut down that drive. Preston Stone and Northwestern 2 for 2 on scoring drives. Third possession of the game for Northwestern. Stone to pass, quick pass, and the catch made by Wilde.
So UCLA is coming out in a 5-man front. You see it here at the line of scrimmage, and that's in response, just trying to put more bodies on the line of scrimmage to stop or try to resist the Northwestern running game at some point. So Stone went outside and hit his go-to guy, Wilde, on first down.
Hyman, the running back. Hyman gets it, following his blockers and knifes underneath. Third down and short for Northwestern. So far 15 rushes, 88 yards for Northwestern's group. Third and 1. Hyman gets it. Slips an ankle tackle. He's down the sideline. Hyman makes a move. He's out of bounds inside UCLA territory at the 35-yard line.
Run it right, run it left, run it up the middle, run it wherever you want. Northwestern's getting everything they want. That time they went behind their best offensive lineman, 6'7", 325 pounds, a left tackle, Caleb Tiernan. Watch this entire line of scrimmage just collapse down. And once again, Joseph Hyman, he's untouched until he's 5-10 yards down the field. And Jeff, this is where my mind goes. We're now inside 5 minutes. It's Northwestern ball coming out of half. We're about that middle 8. They're already up 10-0. You could score again here. I mean, they're in complete control of the game, but a chance to almost put it away early if they do score here.
Stone going deep. He's got a man. Wilde catch inside the 10-yard line. That duel is right back at it. Griffin Wilde with another reception. He's got 5.
Preston Stone is loving it. That throw right there is an example to show his talent at a really high level. This is why David Braun was so excited about him. And there's the reactions. I mean, that's just a beautiful layered pass over the underneath zone defender, right in stride to Griffin Wilde. And again, it's just, he's so comfortable now playing within the system. It starts with the run game, getting into play action. It's all clicking for the Wildcats.
First and goal. Pass, catch, touchdown! Corn dogs, Jackie. It's Griffin Wilde.
Well, Northwestern's got the Bruins in a complete stranglehold right now. You ever heard of the RPO? This is an RPO. And because of the run success, they flashed that run fake. Number 6, John Vaughns, he steps up in run support, which vacates the zone and gives Preston Stone an easy read, as if there was any doubt, to go to his go-to guy, number 17, Griffin Wilde, for the touchdown.
Olsen for the point after. Kick is up and good. Wilde on the drive. 3 catches, 41 yards, and a touchdown. His first as a Wildcat. Wilde coming from South Dakota State. 17-0 Northwestern. Quick break. 17-0. Preston Stone putting on a clinic so far. 9 of 11, 104 yards and a touchdown. He's found Wilde 6 different times for 83 yards. And it's all set up because of the efficiency in the run game.
Yep, this is exactly who Northwestern wants to be. And think about the way they started the season against Tulane. That's one end of the spectrum of where they don't want to be. I would say so far today, in all 3 phases, this is exactly who Northwestern wants to be.
Kick is going to stay in bounds. Didn't look like it was going to. Frias on the return. Frias hit again, and UCLA is going to start inside their own 20-yard line. We asked you earlier a T-Mobile trivia question. 2 schools last met in 2005 in the Sun Bowl. Set the Northwestern Bowl record for tackles. You don't have to look too far. Defensive coordinator for Northwestern, Tim McGargle, had 17 tackles in that game. It was a come-from-behind victory for UCLA. They returned 2 onside kicks for touchdowns.
Talk about stuff in the stat sheet, though. That's why this defense is so good at tackling. The linebackers are so sound. Well, because your play caller, he did it. He did it himself. He walked the walk.
All-time leader in tackles at Northwestern. Number 2 all-time in the FBS. Nico back to pass across the middle, and the catch is made. Mokiao Atimalala outside the 35-yard line to the 36. Gain of 19.
Got to show you, because it's just, it doesn't happen all the time, but this is what this offense can be if Nico has protection. He's one of the most pressured quarterbacks in all of college football. This time the offensive line does a good job of holding up, and there's the arm talent. There's why he was such a highly touted recruit coming out of high school. If they can protect we'll see whole new elements of this offense unlocked, but we haven't been able to see his talent. And there it is.
Just gets pressured all the time as we're going to see a timeout on the field. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Gorgeous day for football on Lake Michigan. We got at least 2 of Jake's boats out there that are parked. Just waiting for halftime for some sun.
I was before NIL. I don't have boat money. These guys have boat money.
You know what BOAT stands for, right, Jake?
No, what is it?
Bring out another 1,000.
Oh, wow.
Run it over to the side. Nice change of direction for Anthony Woods. He is hammered again. Boy, there's some big hits being laid out by Fitzgerald and Eddie on that play.
In my notes, I have very sound tackler for Robert Fitzgerald. So far, so good.
To the scouting report.
It's a violent downhill safety. The sights and sounds of football, man. Robert Fitzgerald bringing the pop.
Coming up on the 2-minute timeout, 2nd down and 5. To pass to the outside. And another big hit hanging on. Fred Davis, the first man to wrap up Mokiao Atimalala. 2-minute timeout in Evanston. 17-0 Northwestern. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Coming up, the halftime report sponsored by Old Trapper. Dave Revson, Howard Griffith, Marcel Reese all standing by. First half analysis. Showdowns in Seattle and Iowa City. That's where our producer Bart Fox is producing our game today from one of those yachts out there. Jalen Berger in the backfield, 3rd down and short for UCLA. Rico Flores for the first down. Flores in his first game at UCLA making his impact felt. 3rd catch for him, gain of 7. See some tempo from the Bruins. To the outside and incomplete. It was looking Gilmer's way. 1:44 to go. Again, Northwestern will get the football coming out of halftime.
And there's a delicate balance here. I mean, UCLA, like we said, you got nothing to lose. Got to find a way to try to get some points on the board. But with the way things have been going for Northwestern offensively, if they can get the ball back soon, they're probably thinking to try to score before halftime.
Still have 2 timeouts. Draw play, slips a tackle, couldn't slip another. Braden Bruss on the tackle. At some point, do you think about calling timeouts on the defensive side, Jake?
I would have right there. Yeah, I would have. Pretty surprised David Braun didn't call timeout.
3rd down and 7. They've got the wind at their back, too. They get into field goal territory.
Now, if I'm UCLA, if I'm Nico, I would not snap this ball anytime soon. I'd let this wind out inside of 5.
And here we go. Hubbard with some pressure. Nico on the run. Nico across the 40-yard line. 1st down, UCLA. Clock stops. 58 seconds to go in this first half. Big 3rd down pickup for the Bruins.
All right, that answers that. Now it's back to the Bruins and seeing if they can get some points. Comes down to the protection. Interested to see that time Northwestern's playing more coverage right now, not bringing a ton of pressure. They're happy giving up the underneath passes.
Staying away from the big plays so far, the principles of their defense. To the outside, and a nice pitch and catch to Gilmer. Clock stops again, another 1st down.
Just a beautiful ball from the right hash all the way out to the left sideline. They tried that exact route combination earlier in the drive and couldn't connect. That time he does hit Gilmer on that out route.
In field goal range. They hand it off. Berger on the carry, and he is brought down. The tackle in space by Fitzgerald.
A sound tackler.
Yeah, Berger is slow to get up. Makes his way to the sideline.
That substitution. Look at Northwestern. No rush here. They want that clock to continue to run. I mean, they're snapping this ball inside 20 seconds.
Maliaba back to pass. He's going to check it down. Woods bobbles. Wildcats all around him and finally bring him down short of a first down. And play clock stops at 10 seconds. A timeout on the field. UCLA uses their last timeout. Be back to Evanston in 30 seconds. Third down and 2, 10 seconds to go for UCLA. And down 17 points.
You got one shot at the end zone here. I'm Northwestern. I just play right at the goal line. The only thing that could hurt you here is giving up a touchdown.
First red zone snap of the day. Pressure coming. Catch made. It's Woods. Woods trying to make a man miss. He goes down. 3 seconds to go. They got to move the chains. Clock winds, and they will clock it with 2 seconds on the clock. So they get one more play, Jake.
Well, I'd say good operation, but really that's the Bruins got extremely lucky there. Nico has to know that you just have to throw that ball away or nothing. And they're lucky that they were able to spike that and get the field goal unit out.
So they'll bring out Mateen Begani, who's 5 for 5 this year, from 28 yards to get on the board. From the left hash. Kick is up, and it is good. So UCLA gets on the board on the final play of the first half. Northwestern will get the football coming out of the break. Pretty efficient first half for Northwestern's offense. Preston Stone was awesome. And that running game, as David Braun wanted to get it going, it's exactly what they did.
108 yards on the ground in the first half. 108 yards running, 104 passing. Talk about balanced.
3 drives and 3 scores. And let's go downstairs to Brooke Fletcher.
Coach, 17 points there in that first half. What do you attest that to?
You know, we're in rhythm on offense. We're running the ball well. Preston's playing really well. We got to keep the momentum going and find ways to get off the field on third down to get the ball back to our offense.
Preston Stone, what have you seen from him and how he's taking command of this offense?
I'm seeing a lot of the things that we see in practice every single day. He's just playing within himself and going through his progression. He's playing well right now.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Brooke.
Northwestern leads by 14. The first meeting between these two teams since 2005. Halftime is here in Evanston. Our Big Impact research takes us to Northwestern University, where environmental engineer Ludmila Aristild studies how soil traps carbon. Holding 2,500 billion tons of sequestered carbon, soil is one of Earth's largest carbon sinks. Researchers are only just beginning to understand how soil locks in carbon to sequester it from the carbon cycle. Aristild's work could help researchers predict which soil chemistries are most favorable for trapping carbon, potentially leading to solutions for slowing climate change. Gorgeous day for football. Last weekend of September. UCLA Northwestern 3 drives, 3 scores. They are up by 14 as we start the second half in Evanston. Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to Martin Stadium with Jake Butt. We got Brooke Fletcher down in the field. And Jake, Coach Braun was talking about establishing the run early in this ballgame. That's exactly what Northwestern did.
I think if David Braun could dream up a perfect first half, it would look exactly like that. And it starts with the big boys up front. That's been a storyline for a few years now, where David Braun said nothing else matters until we get the offensive line figured out. Well, they've got the offensive line figured out. And even with Cam Porter going down with an injury earlier in the year, Komolafe and Hyman, both these guys are running strong and running fast, and that's the foundation of the offense. And then it unlocks other things like play action.
Play action pass to Griffin Wilde. I mean, that combination was outstanding with Stone and Wilde.
All the great quarterbacks have a go-to guy. They have a wide receiver one. That's what Preston Stone has in Griffin Wilde. And really, in all big situations, whether it's third down, fourth down, red zone, you see they're facing zero pressure. That's where Preston Stone is going to look when he needs a play. And there you finally see off of the play action to bring the offense all the way together.
UCLA trying to find their way, and the quarterback play, Nico did a nice job in that first half, but I mean, he's running for his life. That offensive line only gave him time to throw just a couple of times.
It's so tough because when he's been protected, you see the talent. The ball just jumps out of his hands. At times he's had to run. You see he's a great athlete, but everything's hard. It's like he's climbing Mount Everest every single time he drops back, and it's just too much for him to do right now. Maybe they found a little something going into half with that 2-minute drive, but it's the opposite of Northwestern, Jeff. If the offensive line doesn't improve, nothing else matters.
I feel like going for a dip in Lake Michigan right now. That is perfect. All right, let's check in with Brooke Fletcher as we start the second half.
Jake, you mentioned that they were able to get something going, UCLA, before the half there. I talked to Tim Skipper, and he said that he's happy with that, but man, we got to finish drives. But they are leading right now in time of possession. He said, we are just one step away. Of course, I had to ask how their defense is going with Kevin Coyle up in the box. He said, we have had no issues with communication, but the same thing, man, we have got to finish. We are so close. We're missing tackles. We got to step up here in the second half.
Perfect shot of Evanston. Chicago off in the distance. South on Lakeshore Drive. Flying over this brand new practice facility, the sports facility right below the drone right now. This is unbelievable. When they build that brand new stadium, it'll be finished for next football season. It'll be a destination, Northwestern University. As Jake likes to call it, this is a Chamber of Commerce day.
No doubt about it.
Getting ready to kick off in this second half. UCLA kick it away. Pagani puts his leg into it. It will be a touchback. And we'll see Preston Stone on the field leading Northwestern. 3 drives in that first half, all scoring drives. A pretty good kick here from UCLA right in the corner.
I would say good kick, but the way things are going, I think that's probably more luck than anything.
And Preston Stone was awfully efficient in that first half, 9 of 11. We discussed it early, the ability to run the football opened up that play action pass. Komolafe starts in the backfield. Komolafe gets it, goes left side. Big gain on first down. Out to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 5.
I'm just going to have my eyes on the line of scrimmage here all throughout this second half. That time the center, Jackson Carcello, they say if you win with your man, the running back's going to win. The center, Carcello, was 5 yards down the field driving the Bruins off the line of scrimmage.
Go around the outside. That's Wagner on the carry, and a first down for Northwestern. Pickup of 8. Love the speed of this Redshirt freshman Drew Wagner, who was a walk-on player. The first time he ever touched the football last year, took it back for a touchdown.
How about that? Talk about a coming out party. And yeah, as a punt returner, that's why they want to get him the ball in these little jet sweep type situations. There's a lot of similarities. He's an X factor. We asked Preston Stone about him, called him a playmaker. So they're looking for guys to step up beyond number 17 Wilde, and Drew Wagner might be one of those guys.
Stone back to pass, set up the screen again. Hyman in space. Hyman trying to make a man miss, and a good tackle in space by Cole Martin, the sophomore safety. Loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, it really was, and we've seen some great safety play, great safety tackling today. That time it was number 21, Cole Martin, sprinting downhill, beat Caleb Tiernan, the left tackle, to the punch.
Oh, the loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11. Stone 8 for his last 8 throwing the football. Low throw picked up nicely by Wagner. Tries to leap over a couple of Bruins. You're going to mark him at the 40-yard line. There was his knee down at the time of the catch.
Looks like it. Looked like he had possession with the knee still down, but
UCLA not challenging it, and now the officials are coming in, and UCLA says take another look.
After an expedited review, the receiver's knee was down at the 35-yard line.
So rather than third down and 9, it's a loss of 3 on the play. 3rd down and 13. Called 14.
I like those expedited reviews, though.
Those are good.
That's nice.
After expedited review, the runner's knee was down at the 35-yard line.
Replay official Thomas Kissinger. A couple of storage containers away from us. Pressure from UCLA. Stone gets rid of it across the middle. Catch! That's Wilde. 1st down in midfield.
Well, this is like day 1. You ever play Madden? You ever hear the play Dagger? Z Dagger? That's Wilde all the way on the outside. They're running a through route. Here's a through, here's a sit, and then Wilde's going to run the dig route behind him. Watch this all come together. Through route clears the safety out. Underneath, number 84, Welching, the tight end, pulls the zone defender, and then Wilde comes right into that pocket, that zone pocket, right on time for Preston Stone to hit him.
Coming up on 100 yards receiving. He and Stone have been in sync. Komolafe is going to be dropped for a loss. Roderick Pleasant, the corner, came in, finished off the tackle.
That almost looked like a mistake to me. Northwestern gets into 13 personnel. They bring in 3 extra tight ends. They have a lot of that beef out to the left. But then they handed it off to Hyman or Komolafe into the boundary and just didn't block any of the Bruins at all. It looked like that might have been a mistake somewhere.
2nd down and 12 for Northwestern. And they've scored on all 3 of their drives thus far. Had a jump from UCLA. Flag comes out, free play, and incomplete. No flag on the defensive side here on Lawrence. It's intended for Alex Lyons. We'll check on the penalty. Maybe they'll get encroachment. A couple of flags on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. 52 the defense, high hit to the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
So they'll take that penalty. Keyshawn Bennett.
So there was an offsides penalty. I saw that. Preston Stone knew it. So he stood in there tall and just wanted to take a free shot down the field, was trying to hit his tight end, Alex Lyons. But because of that, that is Keyshawn Bennett hitting him up high, personal foul. I think they're going to take a look at this for targeting, Jeff.
Previous play is under review for targeting.
You saw the crown of the helmet from Bennett hit the face mask. We'll see what the officials have to say here about the potential targeting situation. Steve Strimling is out in Los Angeles. Steve, what do you see here on this hit?
Yeah, you look at this, a defensive player, and the defender is coming in with the head, leading with his head. Now if you look, if there's a firm contact to the head or neck area, to us it looks like it, based on that shot, that the initial contact was forcible, and he's attacking to the head or neck.
Thank you so much, Steve. That would be a big call if Bennett is removed from the rest of this ball game and also the first half of next week.
Yeah, they are not deep on defense, and Bennett is the transfer from Michigan. Their starter, one of their better players up front. So you're talking about it perfectly there, Jeff. They lose him for this half, and then next week hosting Penn State at home.
Officials still taking a look at the monitor. And it looks like we got
After
our call.
reviewing the play, number 52 committed targeting and is disqualified for the remainder of the game.
So they get targeting for Bennett. Out for the rest of this one and out for the first half of next week.
See the facial expression there. It's just, that's disappointment
There was
and
also
sadness.
offside by number 52, and that penalty is declined. 1st and 10 for Northwestern.
So that was a 3 for right there for Bennett. He was offsides, had roughing the passer, plus a targeting penalty. That was a tough one for Keyshawn Bennett.
That is rare. But that face says it all, not just for Bennett, but for the Bruins and just the team where they're at right now. It's just, it's hard probably to not feel like you're snake bitten a little bit.
He does not have to leave the field of play, but he will be on the bench for the rest of the day. And see how UCLA fills in for Bennett up on that front. Stone hands it off Komolafe, and he is wrapped up by Jacob Busick, defensive end of the backfield.
Busick's in for Bennett, and that was a nice play there, leaving him unblocked, backside of outside zone. Betting that Hyman will, or Komolafe will reach the edge before he gets there, but good pursuit there by Busick.
Going backwards again on a first down play for Northwestern. That has been pretty consistent in this second half. Very few negative plays in the first half. There's 5 minutes gone by on this opening drive. Stone to pass. Stone surveying. No flag comes out. Stone going to keep it, run out of bounds. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2. Kept the play alive. 3rd down coming up.
Talked about it a bit in the first half, but this is 2-play territory, so don't have to get all 10 yards here. Lujan, Braun, they both like to go for it on 4th down, so Northwestern went to the running game on a number of 3rd and medium, 3rd and longs. Could go back to that run game here.
Northwestern 3 for 5 so far on 3rd down. Showing pressure. Bringing pressure. Stone getting rid of it. And incomplete. Wagner got a hand on it and couldn't hang on. 4th down and 10. And it looks like the punt team's going to come out for Northwestern. Big hold by UCLA.
Yeah, I mean, look, it all starts with the line of scrimmage. That's been our conversation point throughout the entirety of the game. And there to end the drive, it was the line of scrimmage. It was Busick on the pursuit. 3rd down, they flushed Preston Stone. So good job there. The UCLA line of scrimmage finding some life.
Luke Akers back to punt it away. Knows the football down, trying to pin UCLA deep. Beanbag is in the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Timeout on the field.
Net 17-yard punt in the end zone with a touch out to the 20. And tomorrow women's volleyball comes your way when the Bruins take on 15th ranked Penn State. The excitement begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. The Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. UCLA's opening drive of the second half. They scored on the last play of the first half. Let's see if the Bruins have any momentum carried over into their opening drive. Back to pass. They set it up underneath to the tight end, Jack Peterson, for the completion. Let's head over to Dave Revson for a studio update.
Jeff, Ohio State getting a little breathing room in Seattle. C.J. Donaldson, his third touchdown of the year. Huskies came down, kicked a field goal, so it's 14-6 third quarter. Guys?
Good ball game up in the Pacific Northwest between Ohio State, Washington. Tough place to win there, Jake, up in Washington.
Have not lost a home game in the Pacific Northwest there for the Huskies since 2021. It's a dangerous game for Ohio State.
Second down and 9. Handed off. Thomas trying to bounce it out. Fitzgerald is not going to get him out of his grasp. Runs him out of bounds. Third down coming up.
We've been calling number 6 Robert Fitzgerald name all day. He's been everywhere. Hasn't missed a tackle once.
Third down and 7. Pressure coming. Nico out of the pocket, down the sideline, still in bounds, absorbs the hit by Braden Turner, and he's into Wildcat territory.
This is such a great job by Nico. Northwestern showing double A-gap pressure. They're bringing the blitz, but there's no spy. That's the big mistake, because all those purple jerseys are in one single line. There was no layers to that defense, so as soon as Nico breaks through the line of scrimmage, there's nothing but green grass out in front of him. And that time, Nico was the one delivering the hit down the field.
It's the first time that Fitzgerald has not been able to make a tackle. Maliaba is going to run for it. He's across the 40-yard line. Calling his own number, leads the team in passing yards, leads the team in rushing yards. Give him 6 there on first down. UCLA driving. Flea flicker down the middle, and the catch made with a lot of traffic right there. Hanging on was Rico Flores, surviving the hit.
Let's make sure that he did catch it here. As a tight window.
Tough to tell on that angle. They're playing on. They're going fast too. Handed off. Berger hit by Aiden Hubbard. Pickup of 1.
So they went to the flea flicker. You would have liked to establish the run a little bit more to make that work, but I do want to show you here. Look at number 2 right in the middle of your screen. Comes off the line of scrimmage, a little lazy. That's selling it, but he had that touchdown at number 2, Titus. Nico just didn't see him. I don't know if he didn't trust the protection, but if he lets that one go, that's a touchdown for the Bruins.
And again, Nico on the carry inside the 20-yard line. Gain of a couple. And a Bruin is down in the middle of the field. Looks like Unijay is down, the starting right tackle.
Timeout on the field.
It'll be Unijay down. That'll tend to him. We'll be back in just a moment. (17-3) Northwestern, campus of Northwestern, Evanston, Chicago in the background, and some Ryder Cup flair. Patrick Cantlay, UCLA golf team for a couple of years, playing for Team USA. Matt Fitzpatrick on the European team was at Northwestern in 2013, and Luke Donald, Northwestern, 97 to 2000, the European captain. Europe is steamrolling USA right now in the Ryder Cup. 10.5 to 3.5 out in New York at Bethpage Black. Third down coming up for UCLA. Throw across the middle, catch, and a big hit by Fitzgerald, but Gilmer hangs on. They will move the sticks for a first down from the 9-yard line.
And that was a great job by Gilmer hanging on to that, because once again, Fitzgerald coming up to deliver the boom. And offensive line gave Nico just enough time. Look at the patience there on the route by Gilmer. Looked like he was going to do a stock block initially before cutting to the middle of the field, and Nico found him.
First and goal for the Bruins. Woods, the tailback. Habermill in motion. Nico on a carry, hit again by Fitzgerald.
I'm going to go back and find every Fitzgerald tackle, cut him up and put him on YouTube. It is absolute tackling teach tape right now by the safety number 6. Look at that. Double leg takedown, wraps up, keeps his head up. How many tackles is he at today? Because his coach McGargyle had 17, right?
We'll count him up.
Right there. Yeah.
I need an abacus. He's got 8. Ethan Cooperson, real life abacus. Second and goal. Handed off up the middle and sandwiched. No gain. Karlaftis in on the stop.
A field goal really doesn't do you anything, so you got 2 shots at it. Got to find a way to get 6 here if you're Tim Skipper or Nico Iamaleava.
UCLA 7-11 on third downs. A team that only converted 23% on third down coming into the game. To pass, look at end zone, and it's incomplete. What a breakup by Eddie.
Exactly right, Jeff. Great coverage by Oriadei. He's in that hip pocket position. This is just going to be a 50-50 ball, one-on-one, going back to number 3, Gilmer. But Adei is in perfect position, gets his hand out there and bats it down. Also, cornerback teach tape for the Wildcats.
So they are going for a field goal here, not going for it on 4th down and goal. 25-yard try from Bagani.
A touchdown obviously makes it a 1-possession game. A field goal here, you're down 11. So still a 2-possession game.
Kick it away, and it's good. So 17-6 is our score. Flag comes in late from the back judge. Check on this call here. This is a big call.
Yep.
It was 4th down and goal from the 7-yard line. Officials getting together.
If it's a personal foul, it would be a fresh set of downs. It's like one of the officials talking.
The result of the field goal is good. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 74, the kicking team. This 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
It's Julian Armella who came on to play at right tackle. Fun day to be a drone operator here in Evanston. 17-6 our score, 2:48 to go in the 3rd quarter. Field goal by UCLA. Score was 17-0 Northwestern, and since UCLA's been moving the football but only kicking field goals, no touchdowns.
It's those little data points that often decide the game. Field goals versus touchdown down in the red zone. Penalties has played a major factor. The rushing battle, but you said it too. UCLA, they're doing it by converting on 3rd down. David Braun, talking to Brooke Fletcher at halftime, said they need to find a way to get stops on 3rd down. That'll certainly be a key going forward.
Hyman on the return. Hyman slips a tackle. He's going to get to the 30-yard line. All-State good hands. How about our guy Griffin Wilde having himself a day, almost 100 yards receiving today. That was on 4th down on a big drive.
He's been the go-to guy. There's no surprise there. He's been the go-to guy all year long. The go-to guy again as Preston Stone looks to continue to elevate his game. And he's been helped. I mean, it's not just Wilde, but the whole offense has been helped because of the foundational piece, which is their ability to run the football.
Transfer from South Dakota State, a guy that Zach Lujan, the offensive coordinator, has known since he was 13 years old. Their relationship, one of the reasons why he wanted to be here in Evanston. As Komolafe gets the carry. Wilde made his initial visit here to Evanston, and the Wildcats never let him go out of the building, and he said, you know what, I want to be here. And it's that relationship with Zach Lujan that helped cultivate him coming to Evanston.
And he's being rewarded by being targeted. He's the go-to guy there. They're feeding their wide receiver one. And just something, it seems like Northwestern's able to consistently get 5 to 6 yards when they're running in between the tackles. I know they like to go to that outside zone, but
Komolafe hit and dropped after a gain of 2.
see, that time there they started on the outside zone before cutting back upfield.
Bringing the jumbo package. Wagner out, Wilde out. A pair of tight ends come in. This Northwestern team has been running the football very efficiently, but this is a big third down with UCLA finding their footing offensively. Stack the box on 3rd down and 2. Handed off. Komolafe puts his head down. And then driven back was forward progress enough. They're going to mark him about a half a yard short.
They're going to, he's short.
Need about a half a yard. And they're keeping the offense on the field for now. They've seen a couple of jumps from UCLA with a hard count.
Another thing with this big set from Northwestern, look at all the bodies, the Bruin bodies by the line of scrimmage.
Komolafe gets the carry, and I think he snuck forward. Yes, a 1st down conversion from Komolafe.
That was close. Well, in response, what UCLA's defense is doing with these extra tight ends, they're getting into a 3-4 front with extra bodies. It's a little bit muddier and cloudier to run the football. If I'm Lujan, I'd get back into 11 personnel, spread things out, and run downhill at a lighter box.
We'll see if he does that come the 4th quarter. Preston Stone does not have to snap the football. He's got a 17-6 lead, looking for his first conference victory as a member of the Northwestern Wildcats. 15 minutes to go on the lakefront.
Welcome back to Evanston. Northwestern up here to start the 4th quarter. Coach, you guys have been able to move the ball, but how do you turn those into touchdowns here in this last quarter?
Yeah, we just have to win down there. I mean, we're getting close, but we keep getting field goals. Now we're in crunch time, so we have to score some touchdowns down there.
Defensively, how do you continue to put pressure on this Northwestern offense?
Yeah, we just have to knock them back. We're there, and then they're pushing us forward for 2 and 3 more yards. So we have to knock them back. We have to get some 3 and outs here because we need the time's not on our side right now.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Handed off to Hyman around the outside, trying to follow his blockers, and runs into a slew of Bruins led by Roderick Pleasant. No gain on the play for Hyman.
There's some chipping going down on the field between both these teams. No penalties, though.
Second down and 10 for Northwestern. Saw him go for it on 4th down on this side of the field. I just want to keep that clock churning. Play action pass. Stone throws to the corner. Elegant fell down, and a flag comes in from the backside. Pleasant was in coverage, as was Isaiah Chisholm.
It's just the theme of the day. Pleasant, actually, he recovered nicely. Yeah, they're calling a pass interference. I mean, Pleasant recovered nicely and was in position, but he just gets there early. He never got his eyes around, never looked back to see where the football was, and what could have been a good, positive, and much needed play for the Bruins turns into a penalty and a 1st down for the Wildcats.
Penalties continue to be a problem for UCLA. Tripped on his own foot here, but then gets pushed down by Pleasant. It's Bowe, who's going to run it himself near the 40-yard line. Ryan Bowe, his second snap of the day. Big Ten Plus gives you access to more live Big Ten games, and tomorrow you can see women's soccer when the Wildcats host Penn State. The fourth-ranked Bruins face Maryland. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on. Second down and 8. Stone back in at quarterback for Northwestern. Good blitz pickup. Stone gets out of it. Looking for help. Stone pump fake. He's going to run and leans forward to the 30 for a first down. And a flag comes in late. Omolafe with a great blitz pickup to allow Stone the second opportunity. We'll check on the laundry.
See Preston Stone pop up and get his sidelines fired up.
Personal foul, targeting for 32 of the defense. This penalty is under review.
So we'll have our second targeting review of the day. We've already seen an ejection. Keyshawn Bennett was ejected for targeting. Steve Strimling out in Los Angeles. What do you see here?
Yeah, I don't see this as targeting. This is a runner, and he's diving forward, so he's clearly a runner. So we're going to have crown of the helmet. Also, I don't really see this as a late hit, so he's not defensive. So when you look at this again, it looks like shoulder to the back. They'll review it because they made the call on the field. I think replay will take this one off.
Thanks so much, Steve.
I'm almost wondering, was it somebody else? You know, I don't even see a need to. I thought this could be an expedited replay.
I mean, Chisholm definitely leads with the crown, but it's right in the back of a runner who is running.
Yeah, and Stone diving, too, at the last second to try to protect himself. I don't know.
It's not head, neck area. And taking some of those qualifiers out of it. Here's the call.
After reviewing the play, there is no targeting. Number 32 may remain in the game. However, the 15-yard penalty is declined, is not enforced.
So no targeting, no penalty, no nothing. So Steve Strimling, thank you so much. Excellent job. No targeting on the play.
And now that we got that out of the way, we can go back to say, what a heck of a job by Preston Stone. That was a muddy pocket, bodies all around him. It was a good job by Hyman picking up the blitz initially. But Preston Stone found a way to just squeak out of there and made a nice play with his legs.
As we mentioned, the good blitz pickup by the running back, Komolafe, too. It's a big drive for Northwestern there in the plus side of the field. Set up at the 31, first down and 10. Komolafe on a carry, following his blockers after a gain of 3. Let's go downstairs to Brooke for more on Preston Stone.
Jake, you were talking about how fired up Preston Stone is on the field, but I've been keeping an eye on him on the sidelines. He's been going up to all of the offensive positions saying, let's keep this going, don't stop here. You know, Coach Braun talked about how he's the ultimate competitor. He's confident, but not in a cocky way, just someone who will do anything to put his team in the best position to win. But the message to him, guys, remember, it was trust your instincts, don't force it, keep making those smart decisions, and it seems like the message has been received.
Thanks so much, Brooke. And it's tough after you throw 6 interceptions in your first 3 games. Tough not to start thinking about it. And for Stone, he's been clean today. Hands it off. Komolafe again, right side. Hit across the 20-yard line, still pushing down to the 15-yard line in a rugby scrum.
To go back to Stone, though, Jeff and Brooke, that's why a game like today is so important for him. I mean, that's where we highlight the emotion. You're seeing a guy that is coming into himself here as the Wildcat quarterback and captain. That Tulane game is an outlier. This is closer to who Preston Stone is and will be.
David Braun was talking about the fact that he's got consistent energy, and sometimes that can be fake with some people. It is not fake with Stone. That is authentic as it gets. Komolafe through the line near the 5-yard line. Second down and short for Northwestern after a pickup of 8.
I pointed it out earlier, the outside zone schemes are a big part of the Northwestern offense, but today I just feel they found their most success running right at the Bruins. Just run right into the heart of their defense. Get downhill quickly, and they're finding some of that on this drive.
Komolafe at 93 yards on the ground. He's already scored a touchdown today. Northwestern 3 for 3 in the red zone. Komolafe gets it again and brought down. Maybe got the 5-yard line. Looks to be just short. Third down, John Vaughn's outstanding senior linebacker for UCLA in on the stop. 3rd and inches. Komolafe right up the gut, first down Northwestern. Jalen Woods on the tackle, but it's 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
This has been another rip your heart out, long, run first Wildcat drive. Seizing back control of the game, nearly 8-minute drive. Once again, there's been some long drives throughout the day.
Hyman in the backfield. Hyman gets it. Hyman hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backward by the Bruins. 2nd down and goal.
This is pretty much the game right now. I mean, if UCLA wants to stick in this, they got to force a field goal. The coaches and players are trying to get one another pumped up on the sidelines, trying to bring some energy and help their defense out.
Bruins bring in big defensive tackle Keanu Williams on this 2nd down and goal. 14th play of the drive for Northwestern from the 3. Stone gonna throw it. Stone knocked down. Stone then bats it away so smartly to prevent the turnover. That was Woods.
Man, there was a lot going on there. Stone had Hyman in the flat. That would have been a touchdown if he got that through, but as he was throwing it, Woods was able to bat it, and a great job by Stone there. Saved the day by batting that down and preventing an interception.
Third down and goal from the 3. Heads up play by Stone to keep the drive alive. Komolafe checks back in. Handed off. Komolafe right side. And he's brought down by the Bruins. 4th down and goal. And the Northwestern field goal kicker, Jack Olson, is on his way out to try a short chip shot.
Wow. That is a huge stop by the Bruins defense, finding a way to bow up inside the 5. A field goal now makes this a 14-point game, a 2-touchdown game. A touchdown would have made this a 3-possession game and would have put this one away.
A 20-yard try from Olson. Kick is blocked and no good. The Bruins hold. It was 1st and goal from the 3, and the Bruins defense shows up.
UCLA's call, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
A 10-minute drive that goes for nothing. Roderick Pleasant got his hand on it.
Wow. When they needed a play, Roderick Pleasant showed up. Great job for the Bruins.
Next Saturday, Illinois battles Purdue. Then Washington squares off with Maryland. Wildcats host Louisiana Monroe. Football doubleheader next Saturday. Big Ten Network and Fox Sports app. Illinois with a big victory against USC at home today. Walk-off field goal. This is a big drive. Just the second drive of the second half for UCLA. They put it in the belly of Javian Thomas. Thomas out in front for a first down. Final drive recaps the entire day around the conference tonight, 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Pickup of 13 for Thomas on the opening play of the drive. Blocked field goal setting the stage for UCLA in this fourth quarter. It's a throw to the sideline and another first down for UCLA. Jaden Wilson on the reception. Gain of 11 for number 11.
There's suddenly some serious life on that Bruins sideline. Sometimes that's what it takes, a key play on special teams, a blocked field goal after a big time stop, and all of a sudden this is a critical drive and off to a good start here for the Bruins.
Playing with some tempo. First down and 10. Handed off. Thomas again. Big run down the left side. First down UCLA, but a flag is down at the 45-yard line. Gain of 12. We'll see if it stands.
Personal foul. Illegal hands to the face. 52 the defense. This 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play with an automatic first down.
That's a big deal. Richie Haggerty, the guilty party for Northwestern. Extra 15 yards on that big run.
Wow, I was just thinking that was going to be, there he is, number 52, right in the middle of your screen, and you see his hand. Oh, yeah, he gets up like through the shoulder pads to the chin.
Looks like a lot of jersey right there.
Yeah. Wow.
Check in with Brooke downstairs.
I've been keeping an eye on Coach Braun, and he's gone over to his players. He said, hey, we have to be poised. We have to be smart after the whistle. Let them make the mistakes. He's not happy with what's going on.
Well, there's a touchdown right there for UCLA. Quasi Gilmer. And UCLA is right back in a 29-yard touchdown throw.
And this is why I love the sport of football. It's never over till it's over. It looked like Northwestern was in complete control of this game all the way until that blocked field goal by UCLA special teams. Bruins get the ball back and put together a heck of a drive, ending with a heck of a catch by Gilmer, who's down injured on the field. Let's hope he's okay.
89 second-yard touchdown drive. Here's Gilmer. Iamaleava hit him in stride. Landed hard.
Timeout on the field.
Gilmer being intended to in the back of the end zone, but as it stands, 17-12 will be right back. Quasi Gilmore just caught that touchdown over on the exercise bike, getting dapped up by his teammates. You see a two-point conversion from UCLA. They have not tried a two-point conversion yet this year. That was a dime by Iamaleava. Just an unbelievable throw into Gilmer. His first touchdown with UCLA, and we got a game, 6:19 to go. Sprint right, they're going to throw it. Lob it over Woods. Conversion good. Makes it a three-point game. Tim Skipper loves every minute of it. The interim head coach for UCLA, Woods, gets the touchdown and the conversion. Skipper love, and they got a game in Evanston. Football on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by DQ. Happy tastes good. And by Google. No matter what question comes next, just ask Google. Can I ask Google how many field goals this kid just kicked in like 4 seconds? It's a lot. Kickoff coming. Hyman calls for a fair catch. And that's going to go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. It was a line ball. I got a little dicey there for a moment. UCLA was hustling down the field. A fair catch was called for and signaled, so Northwestern will take the field in what is a massive drive with 6:19 to go, a 3-point lead. This was a 17-0 game. Remember in the last meeting in 2005, Jake was in like 3rd grade. But nonetheless, they came back from 22 points down. That was in the Sun Bowl. This is the kind of drive that Northwestern is set up for, though.
It's 1st and 10 Northwestern on their own 25-yard line.
From the 25-yard line, 1st down and 10. Get it out, Hyman, and he dropped it. John Vaughns was in coverage. 2nd and 10. And only 4 seconds came off the clock.
It looks like Hyman's having trouble seeing. He muffed the kickoff return there. He looked like he didn't see the ball there on the wheel route, but most importantly, like you said, only 4 seconds came off the clock here, Jeff. Northwestern's been having their way running the football. They just haven't been able to finish drives. I fully expected them to come out here and continue with that principle.
Stone's 0 for his last 3 throwing the football after he started. It was a 10-for-10 stretch there at one point. Corner blitz, nice pickup. Stone's going to run, and he is brought down short of the 1st down. Big collision between a pair of Bruins. And it was Williams and Apu that collided.
That was a great job by Preston Stone, though. UCLA brought nickel pressure, and Stone wasted no time, just stepping up in the pocket, saw the green grass, and got this into a 3rd and manageable. And once again, UCLA sideline, they're bringing their own energy today. Tim Skipper just radiates positivity and energy. He's trying to get his Bruins fired up. This is a big, critical 3rd down.
Hand it off, Komolafe over the right side. Huge 1st down to move the chains for Northwestern. Needed 2, got 10.
And Komolafe has just done such a great job today, seeing it and feeling it. I thought UCLA actually won at the point of attack. They knocked back the line of scrimmage there on the left side of Northwestern's offensive line, but there was no one waiting for the cutback. Komolafe cut back, found that seam, and got the Wildcats a 1st down.
Over 100 yards on the ground now for Komolafe on 24 rushes. Had 36 rushes on the season coming in. Komolafe gets it again, following his lead blocker, pushes the pile for a gain of 5.
So once again, they're running vertical. This is what we've talked about in the second half. Get downhill quickly, because UCLA is sending pressure. That time UCLA brought a corner blitz. They brought Roderick Pleasant from the right cornerback spot. But Komolafe, because he's getting downhill now, it didn't matter. Pleasant couldn't get there in time. So, I mean, I'm of the belief, stick with it until they prove they can stop it. If I'm Northwestern, I just continue to run those inside zone downhill schemes.
The last drive, they had 19 plays, 17 of them were runs. Another handoff, this time Hyman, and he goes nowhere. Stopped by Gary Smith, the nose tackle. 3rd down and 5.
Stone I've been having trouble throwing the ball in the second half. Haven't seen much of Griffin Wilde, but Stone's had a few key runs here in the second half. So his legs are alive. Here's Wilde in the slot. That's the go-to guy to watch out for. Bruins bringing pressure.
Here they come. Stone batted down. A.J. Fuimaono got his hand on it. Fourth down and 4, and here comes Akers to punt.
It's just a great job there. Yep, you see him get his hands up. Bruins were bringing pressure. Northwestern counters with a quick game, so they knew they weren't going to be able to get to Preston Stone. Did what any good D-line and linebacker room should do, get their hands up and bat it down. Bruins get the ball back with the chance to take the lead or tie it.
Akers going to kick it away Try and pin UCLA deep. Fair catch called for and secured at the 6-yard line. 94 yards to go for a touchdown. Nico Iamaleava. Does he have a comeback in him? Let's flash it back to 2005, the Sun Bowl in El Paso. Brandon Brazil returning 2 onside kicks for touchdowns to help UCLA seal the deal against Northwestern. Carl Durrell was the head coach at the time for the Bruins that just finished off a great season. Got the ice bath. It was the last time these two teams met. Bruins trailed this one 17-0 in the second quarter.
Returning 2 onside kicks for a touchdown is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Thomas gets the carry and knifing in and making the tackle is Fitzgerald. Been calling his name all day.
Shot out of an absolute cannon. Fitzgerald sending him on a run blitz here. You look at him timing the snap, and there's just nothing UCLA can do. They cannot account for the safety in the run game. Fitzgerald blitzes it and tackles him in the backfield.
Dump it out. Thomas is out of bounds. Catch was made. Minimal gain. 3rd down and long after pickup of 4. Catch there. Foot out there. Third and 8. Clock still ticking.
If you're Northwestern, you got to have a spy, some type of spy on Nico Iamaleava's legs.
Pressure coming, going sideline, and it's incomplete. Rico Flores, the intended receiver, no penalty flag.
That's Ore Adei in coverage. Once again, great position. Left hand looked like he did have some of the jersey by Rico Flores there, but not enough to call it. And UCLA, I mean, the only good thing there, Jeff, got back out about going 3 and out is, well, maybe not a good thing, but you punt it, and on the other side of this, you still have 3 timeouts.
Carroll back to kick. We'll see the 2-minute timeout. Kick is away. Wagner on the return. Wagner muffed it, but it's out of bounds. Boy, Northwestern catches a break. 2-minute timeout, 1:55 to go. Northwestern will have the football. A fortunate bout for the Wildcats here from Drew Wagner.
Dave Revson, Howard Griffith, Northwestern trying to hang on, but man, give credit to the Bruins battling back in this one.
A lot of credit. Talk about playing hard. They came out the second half, really done a nice job. Don't know if they're going to be able to pull this out, but there's something to build on for UCLA.
We'll have reaction after the game, take you through the entire day in the Big Ten. Looks like Ohio State will hang on out west, but man, Indiana is in a battle with Iowa. We'll catch up on everything from around the conference, but for now we send it back to Jeff and Jake in Evanston. Guys?
All right, thanks so much, Dave. Got a good ball game here. Northwestern's got the football, 1:55 to go. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Northwestern catching a huge break on the muff punt by Drew Wagner. Motion Komolafe back behind Preston Stone. Komolafe got through that first wave and across midfield. Gain of 4 on 1st down. Clock stops. And timeout used by UCLA. Step out for 30 seconds. Tim Skipper, the interim head coach, his first game as the interim head coach after the firing of Deshaun Foster. Looking for a stop from his defense. Second and 6, handoff again. Komolafe pushes the pile forward. Third down coming. Another timeout used by UCLA after a gain of 3. We're back in 15 seconds.
Find your inner flex. With Double Flex Ballroom Denim. Only at Duluth Trading.
3-point lead for Northwestern right now. Okay, so Jake, it's third down. About 4 yards to go. 1 timeout left for UCLA. Put on your offensive coordinator cap right here.
Right. Well, you continue to run the ball. And maybe you look at Preston Stone, what he can provide for you in the run game. I think the big question is, if they don't get it, are they going to go for it on 4th down just to try to seal the game now?
Stone to pass. Stone trying to get out, and he is brought down in midfield, and that takes everything out the door. Gary Smith got in there for UCLA, a loss of 3, immediately called the timeout, 1:38 to go.
UCLA.
I don't understand the play call. I don't agree with it, with the way you've been able to run the ball. I say you run it right at UCLA, and you have 2 downs if you don't get it. I mean, UCLA has not been able to knock you backwards all day. The only thing that could really kill you there is a sack. And Kevin Coyle, not even been a week with the team, proud of his players down on the field with a key stop to give the ball back to their offense.
Northwestern had 17 points, led 17-0 in this game in the second quarter. Defenses showed up for UCLA. Remember the blocked field goal. Matthews back to receive the kick from Akers. Matthews calls for the fair catch, gets out of there, and it goes into the end zone. Nico Iamaleava. He's going to take center stage here with 1:29 to go. You need 3 points to tie, no timeouts.
I mean, this is football. At the end of the day, all you want is a chance to win the game when there's time on the clock, and this is why you go out in the portal and get a guy like Nico Iamaleava. No doubt one of the most talented quarterbacks in college football. But the big thing in these 2-minute drives, can the offensive line hold up? We've seen today when Nico's had time, he's been able to pick apart the defense.
5 receivers put Woods in motion. Nico back to pass. Some pressure from the backside. He feels it. He's going to run with it. Mac Uline, and then finally pushed out of bounds by Brayton Turner. Picked up 4.
Most importantly, found a way to get out of bounds and stop the clock. But here's the coverage downfield. Northwestern decided to only rush 3, so they did a drop 8 coverage. That's going to be the decision that they have to make here. Do they want to send pressure to make life uncomfortable on Nico, or do they play drop coverage?
They bring 4 in on this tackle almost, and Iamaleava able to get rid of it. Ball pops out and goes out of bounds. It looked like Anto Saka was right in the lap of Iamaleava. Couldn't get there. Instead, the catch by Habermill was good. The ball out of bounds.
And Mac Uline almost popped that one. Yeah, there's the pressure you were talking about, Jeff. Anto Saka, my good. I don't know how Nico got that ball out. Anto had his hand right on the forearm of his throwing arm. It somehow found a way to hit his tight end.
Ball placed where the ball was fumbled. Iamaleava back to pass. Slings it to the outside. Woods. Uline missed the tackle, but 3 other Wildcats are right there. No timeouts left. No gain, second down.
At some point, you got to push the ball down the field. Look for number 3, Quasi Gilmore. He had the touchdown, nearly 30-yard touchdown earlier in the game.
Pressure coming, down he goes. They brought the blitz with Fitzgerald. Saka got home. 3rd and 17. And flags fly. UCLA discombobulated on the front line. Huge play by the Wildcat defense.
While the clock was running, false start for 77 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down. This penalty includes a 10-second subtraction. Clock operator, please set the game clock to 8 seconds. It will start on my signal.
So on that last play, Tim McGargyle, the defensive coordinator for Northwestern, decided to bring the heat. You see Fitzgerald there, Braden Bruss, the linebacker. Nico never had a chance.
Here's the game. Go across the middle, catch made, and the clock will wind to zeros. Northwestern hangs on. (17-14), Northwestern survives. First conference win of the year for the Wildcats.
I don't know what Nico was thinking there, what was being talked to the Bruins offense. You got one play.
That's what they came up with right there.
I don't know.
UCLA falls to 0-4. Brooke Fletcher down on the field, David Braun.
Coach, UCLA made it a game there down the stretch, but how did you see this group finish?
Yeah, we got to do a better job in the second half. We had an opportunity to close that game out. We got to finish drives. Ultimately proud of the way that our team found a way to win in the fourth quarter. That's Big Ten football for you, but there's a lot that we need to improve upon.
What needs to improve when you say improve?
It's finishing drives. You know, when you got separation from a team, you got to put them away, especially when you're at home. There's opportunities down the tight zone where we need to turn those opportunities into tight zone or into touchdowns, and we need to clean some things up on special teams.
Preston Stone, I mean, he was bringing the energy on the sidelines. How do you see him take a step forward?
You know, again, like these are all the things we see out of Preston day in and day out, but ultimately Preston Stone's a winner, and he proved that today.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but a win is a win is a win for Northwestern. They get their first Big Ten victory of the year. Preston Stone threw for 115. Komolafi had 119 on the ground. For Jake Butt, Brooke Fletcher, our entire crew here in Evanston, I'm Jeff Lettering saying so long. Had a fun one here on the lakefront. UCLA has Penn State on the horizon. Northwestern non-con game coming up next. Big Ten Live post-game shows coming up next. Good night from Evanston.